May, 28 years old. Software engineer slash data analyst. Effectively a human calculator with a pulse. Life is a series of spreadsheets and optimized routines. Live in a nice apartment complex in the city. Corner unit top floor. Chosen specifically for maximum silence and minimum human interaction. Decor is Scandinavian minimalist. Which is fancy talk for, I own one chair and everything is gray. Love my life. Wake up at 6 a.m. Coffee at 6:15 a.m. Work until 5 p.m. Read quietly until 10 p.m. Sleep. A perfect frictionless existence. Enter the event. Tuesday 2 p.m. Hear a sound like a refrigerator falling down a flight of stairs. It's coming from the unit next door. Unit 402 has been empty for months. Previous tenant was a ghost for all I knew. Now it sounds like a demolition derby. Try to ignore it. Put on noise-canceling headphones. Resume coding. Crash. Thud. Oh come on you stupid piece of wood. A female voice screams through the wall. Walls aren't that thin. She's just that loud. JPG. My sanctuary is breached. Fast forward 2 weeks. The noise hasn't stopped. It has evolved. It's not just moving noises anymore. It's specific weird noises. 7 p.m. The sound of marbles being dropped on hardwood for 20 minutes. 9 p.m. Intense dramatic sobbing followed by manic laughter. 11 p.m. What sounds like a sword fight with spatulas. I am a patient man. But I am losing my mind. Decide to engage in passive-aggressive warfare. Write a note on a yellow post-it. Dear neighbor, please refrain from hosting gladiator matches after 10 p.m. Some of us are boring. Stick it on her door. Her door is covered in stickers. Anime stickers, band stickers, a sticker that says I tried. Red flag number 1. Next morning. Leaving for a rare office visit. See a note on my door. Bright pink post-it glitter pen. Dear boring neighbor, it wasn't gladiators, it was an interpretive dance about the heat death of the universe. Sorry about the noise, here is a peace offering. Look down. There is a Tupperware container on my doormat. Inside are cookies. They look distinct. One is shaped like a star. One looks like a blob. One is burnt black. Take them inside. Curiosity gets the better of me. Eat the blob. It tastes like cinnamon and chaos. Actually delicious. Okay, she can stay for now. Be me 1 month later. I still haven't seen her face. We have a relationship entirely based on post-it notes and noise. I am Mr. Spock, her nickname for me. She is Hurricane, my nickname for her. The noise continues, but I've adapted. I know her schedule. 8 a.m. Panic running around looking for keys. 6 p.m. The I'm home and I hate my shoes thud. Saturday nights she talks to herself a lot. Full conversations, different voices. No, Lord Harrington, I cannot accept your rose. My heart belongs to the sea. Is she an actress? A schizophrenic pirate? I don't ask. I just leave notes. Lord Harrington sounds like a jerk anyway. Stick to the sea. Receive reply next day. He really is. Also, do you have a screwdriver? I think I broke my bookshelf. The first contact. Saturday morning. Knock on my door. Urgent, frantic knocking. Open the door. Be met with a wall of hair. A girl stands there. Maybe 53 on a good day. Wearing oversized sweatpants and a t-shirt that says Nap Queen. Hair looks like she fought an electric socket and lost. Holding a leaking pipe wrench. Hi, sorry, hi, she speaks at 1.5x speed. I'm Maya 402, the Hurricane, hi. I blink, I'm Mark, the boring one. Mark, right, Mark. Okay, Mark, listen, I tried to fix the sink because it was dripping and YouTube said it was easy, but YouTube is a liar and now there is a geyser in my kitchen and I don't know where the water main is. She looks up at me with eyes the size of dinner plates. Panic mode engaged. I say step out, close my door. Lead the way. Enter her apartment. It is the antithesis of mine. Colors everywhere. Pillows, blankets, stacks of books, half-painted canvases. And water. Spraying from under the kitchen sink like Old Faithful. I just turn the nut, she yells over the hiss. I walk over, reach under the sink, turn the shut-off valve. Silence. Water stops. Turn around. She is standing there, drenched, holding the wrench like a weapon. You're a wizard, she whispers. I'm a functional adult who knows what a shut-off valve is, I correct. She laughs. It's a bright, loud, infectious laugh. Right, functional adult, I'm working on that badge. She offers me a towel. I owe you one, Spock. Just keep it down tonight, Hurricane. No promises, Lord Harrington is returning. Flashback to my secret life. Be me again. Remember I said I have no hobbies, I lied. I have one hobby. I am an editor beta reader for an online amateur writing community. I go by the handle Logiclord. I am infamous. I tear stories apart. I fix plot holes, destroy weak dialogue, and demand logical consistency. Authors fear me and love me. Currently, I am mentoring a user named Velvet Thunder 99. They write fantasy romance. It is chaotic, emotional, and messy. Everything I hate. But there's something about the writing. It is hard. I've been editing their draft for 3 months. We email back and forth daily. I critique their magic system. They tell me I need to feel more. It's the most stimulating conversation I have all day. Velvet is stuck on chapter 45. The romantic climax. They can't get the male lead to confess his feelings. I sent an email this morning. The problem is your male lead is an idiot. He wouldn't recite poetry. He would solve her problem. That's how men like him show love. Fix it. Back to real life. Maya and I start hanging out. Strictly platonic. I am the calm anchor to her storm. She locks herself out. I have the spare key. She buys a terrifyingly complicated IKEA wardrobe. I assemble it. I need someone to eat the experimental lasagna I made. She devours it. We develop a routine. Thursday nights equals takeout and complaining. She sits on my gray floor. She hates the lack of chairs. I sit on my gray sofa. She talks about her job. Turns out she's a voice actor / audiobook narrator. Explains the weird noises. I have to do the sound effects too sometimes. The marbles were for a terrifying suspense thriller. And the screaming. Telenovela dubbing, very emotional. Makes sense. She asks about my life. I tell her about work, data patterns, algorithms. She listens intently, chin in hands. You see the world in lines and boxes, don't you? It's safer that way, less messy. She pokes my leg. Messy is where the fun is, Mark. Months pass. Own Gia and Go H letter 1EB9P. Enemies to lovers, energy is strong. But we are both oblivious. I notice I've started buying colorful mugs. My apartment has a throw blanket that is mustard yellow. She bought it for me because gray is sad. I didn't throw it out. I also notice she's become quieter in the mornings, trying not to wake me up. It's sweet. Meanwhile, in my online life, Velvet Thunder 99 is stressing out. Logiclord, I can't write this scene. My deadline is in a week. The publisher is going to kill me. Wait, publisher. Didn't know she was pro. I reply, calm down, breathe, describe the scene to me. What is the barrier? Velvet replies, the heroine feels unworthy. She thinks she's just a mess and he's perfect. She can't believe he would want her. I don't know how to bridge that gap. I type back, he doesn't want perfection. He wants the missing variable that completes his equation. Tell her that. Meaningful JPG. The crisis. A rainy Tuesday. I come home from work. Power is out in the building. Storm knocked out a transformer. Walking up the stairs to the 4th floor. Hear sobbing from the hallway. It's Maya. She's sitting in the dark hallway outside her door. Laptop open, battery dying. Papers everywhere. Maya. She looks up. Face puffy, mascara running. Mark, I lost it. I lost the file. My backup drive is corrupted. The power went out and I hadn't saved the last 3 hours. She sounds broken. Not the usual I dropped a plate panic. This is deep soul-crushing despair. I have a deadline tomorrow morning. It's the biggest contract of my life. If I don't submit the recording and the script edits, I'm done. I'm a failure. She buries her head in her knees. I'm just a loud, clumsy mess who can't do anything right. Be me, logic mode engaged. Assess situation. Problem, data loss plus power outage plus emotional distress. Solution, intervention. Get up, I say gently. What? Get up, bring the laptop, bring the drive. I unlock my door. My apartment is dark too, but I have supplies. I light candles, vanilla scented, her gift. I pull out my emergency power bank, industrial size, can jumpstart a car. Plug in. She plugs the laptop in. It doesn't matter, the drive is dead. I do data recovery for fun, Maya, give it here. I boot up my Linux rig on the battery backup. Connect her drive. Run diagnostics. It's not dead, just the partition table is scrambled. I can fix this, give me 20 minutes. She sits on the floor watching me. Silence. Not the awkward kind. The heavy kind. Why are you so good to me, she whispers. You disrupt my baseline, I mumble, typing code. That sounds like an insult. It isn't, my baseline was boring, your variable x, you make the equation interesting. She stays quiet. 15 minutes later. Done, files restored. She gasps, scrambles over. Checks the folder. It's all there, oh my god. She throws her arms around my neck. Smells like rain and stress and that vanilla candle. Thank you, Mark. She pulls back, looks at me. Candlelight flickering. The atmosphere is thick. I have to finish the edits, she says, voice shaky. I know, do it here, I have coffee on the camping stove. The long night. She works on my floor. I sit nearby reading by candlelight. Watching her work. She's muttering lines. Acting out scenes. It's a fantasy story. Something about a wizard and a chaotic sorceress. Wait. Some of these lines sound familiar. He looked at her with the precision of a hawk, but the gentleness of something, she frowns. That line sucks. She types furiously. He looked at her like she was a solvable problem, but one he didn't want to finish. My brain itches. That sounds like something I wrote in an email to Velvet last week. Now a coincidence. She works through the night. I fall asleep on the sofa. Wake up at dawn. Power is back on. Maya is asleep on the rug, covered in my gray blanket. Laptop is closed. A note on the table. Submitted, I survived, you're my hero, hurricane. The twist set up. 2 days later. I get an email from Velvet Thunder 99. Subject, I did it. Logic Lord, I finished the book, I submitted it, my editor loved the changes, I used your advice for the climax, I lived the climax, life imitated art, I want you to be the first to read the final manuscript, you saved this book. Attachment, the chaos equation final PDF. I smile. Proud of the kid. Open the PDF. Start reading. It's good, much better than the early drafts. Scroll to the dedication page. To LL, who taught me that logic is a love language. And to M, the neighbor who fixed my sink in my heart. Freeze XE. M. Neighbor. Zinc. Heart racing. Scroll down to chapter 1. The description of the male lead. He lived in a gray world, he owned one chair, he hated noise, he was perfect. The description of the female lead. She was a hurricane in a sweater, she broke everything she touched except him. Holy shit. I read on. The dialogue. It's us. It is literally our conversations. The gladiator note, it's in chapter 3. The wizard comment at the sink, chapter 7. The climax scene. Reading chapter 45. The power failed, plunging the world into darkness. She sat in the hallway, defeated. Then he opened the door. He didn't offer empty platitudes. He offered a solution. He offered power. You disrupt my baseline, he said. I stare at the screen. My hands are shaking. Velvet Thunder 99 is Maya. Maya is the writer I've been mentoring for months. And she has no idea I am Logic Lord. And she wrote a romance novel about us. Before we are even us. The confrontation/climax. I print the manuscript. All 300 pages. It takes a while. I walk out of my apartment. Walk to 402. Knock. She opens the door. Looks tired but happy. Mark, I got the contract. They love the voice acting and the script adjustments. She sees the stack of paper in my hand. What's that? Did you print the internet? No, I say, voice steady but heart hammering. I printed the chaos equation. Her face goes pale. Absolute ghost white. How did you get that? It's not published yet, it's... She looks at me. She looks at the paper. She looks at my face. The gears turn. Logic Lord, she whispers. It's barely a sound. Hello, Velvet, I say. She covers her mouth. Steps back. Oh my god, I sent you. I complained about you to you. I told you about my hot neighbors to my hot neighbor. She is hyperventilating. You think I'm hot? I ask dryly. Shut up, read the subtext, she yells, face bright red. She tries to slam the door. I catch it with my hand. Action hero moment. Maya, wait. No, it's mortifying. I wrote a whole book about how much I love you and you just critiqued the grammar. I step inside her apartment. Drop the manuscript on a pile of clothes. I didn't just critique the grammar. I look at her. She is trembling. I told you the male lead was an idiot because he wasn't acting. I step closer. I told you he should stop reciting poetry and solve the problem. What's the problem? She squeaks. The problem is that you think I'm just your editor, and you think I'm just your neighbor. And the data suggests, I say, reaching out to tuck a strand of crazy hair behind her ear, that we are statistically significant. She stares at me. That is the nerdiest thing anyone has ever said to me. Is it working? Yes. I kiss her. It is not logical. It is messy. It is chaotic. It is perfect. She kisses back like she screams, with 100% commitment. The aftermath/happy ending. 6 months later. We didn't move in together immediately. Logic dictates a trial period. But the wall between our apartments basically doesn't exist anymore. I spend more time in 402 than 401. My apartment now has 3 colorful pillows and a plant that I am responsible for keeping alive. Her apartment has a toolkit and organized bookshelves. The book was published. Bestseller in the contemporary romance category. She dedicated the sequel to me as well. Sequel is about a couple dealing with a baby and a dog. Wait. Maya, why is there a sequel about a baby? She smiles that mischievous grin. Just drafting Spock, just exploring potential plotlines. She winks. I look at her. I look at my gray, orderly life that is now filled with cinnamon blobs and noise. I wouldn't trade it for all the silence in the world. Be me. Happiest man alive. Even if I never get sleep again. End of file.